there it is. I need to order some parts. Should have done it last night, but I just couldn't pull the trigger for some reason because I didn't want to be without the car until they got here. Because if I do the new tie rod ends, then I need to get the car lined. I need to get the car lined anyway because of what I'm doing, and I don't really want to wait, but it needs new tie rod ends. This thing cracks me up. We bought it years ago. The back nut right there likes to fall off. I actually had to reassemble it just the other day. It's windy, it never spins. And I can spin it, but I have never found the correct direction to face that thing so that it would spin in the wind. I mean, look, it's getting buffeted by the winds and it's not spinning. It's Thursday, I'm on call. I've already had some help desk tickets that I have to deal with for work, which is peachy keen. It is lunchtime. My senior in high school should be home from his 2 exams today. He did pretty well on the first one, actually, and he was talking big like he did pretty well on the second one. And it's payday for him, which is good. He actually owes me money for a tire he destroyed. I'm not gonna bug him for it now, though. That's it. There's not a lot going on. I just kind of realized I was eating a post-lunch snack, so really an extended part of my lunch, that I hadn't said hello today. Ordered additional parts for the car. I've got 2 tie rod ends coming in because those, it's like a little mini ball joint too, and those appeared to be not in the best shape. And when I got my initial evaluation of the car, it did say that front right tie rod end was on its way out. So, you know, $50. I ordered them. The problem is that if I have to wait for those to come in because I'm going to do all of that at the same time. I don't want to reinstall the control arms and then have to get in alignment, and I can't drive the car, and then take it all back apart and then do the tie rod ends. And the tie rod ends, typically you want to get alignment after you replace those too. You can paint mark it, put a piece of tape, but getting them exactly right to the right length, you know, that's best left to the professionals. So that's what's happening on this Thursday. I'm just going to wait for parts, but my control arm should be done today. As a favor that this, cousin of a friend of my son's, and therefore the nephew of somebody I went to high school with, who was it took some extra labor for him to finish fixing those for me. The rear ones were pretty roasted and they didn't want to come out, so I'll buy him lunch, send him a gift card or something. Here we go. Here comes the rain. I've been waiting for it. Sorry, I got something in my mouth. Because I got some spots right out there where oh man, my finger, that's from working on the car. Look at that, it won't come out. Anyway, we didn't have any grass growing, so I planted some grass seeds. So I've been wanting the rain anyway. Spin! Spin! We can't have music in our videos. All right, 3 games won tonight. Sand volleyball playing against a team that hadn't won any either. They were there for a good time. I hope they had a good time. We beat them though. All right, I am off to get a gift card for the young fella who fixed my control arms because they are ready. I'm gonna go pick those up. So at the end tomorrow, we can start putting things back together, although not everything, because like you know, I've gotta wait for my tie rod ends to arrive. So that's okay. We're going to be out of town most of the weekend, back and forth for soccer stuff for my middle kids. So I don't really need to drive the car anyway. It is Friday. I totally forgot to even think about whether or not it rained while we were at volleyball last night, and it did get wet in here. I've got a quarter zip for work that I'll wear sometimes when I'm down here, and it got a little wet, and my backpack's a little wet, so I've got the heater blowing. Oi, the little things, it's the little things.
What a way to start the Friday. Hey, it's you know, it's the weekend coming up. I'm still on call. I'm on call all weekend. We got stuff happening. It is the middle kid turns 21 on Monday, so we're gonna pick him up from college, bring him home tomorrow, have a little family dinner, and the other one's got soccer tomorrow. But it's Friday. It's a work day, and we gotta get this day rolling. So I sound like this, and yeah, let's do it. It's hazy, and I don't know what's going on outside. But here we are. I was actually planning on wearing that quarter zip when I came down here, and that's how I discovered it was wet. So at least none of the papers and stuff that are in there appear to have gotten wet, so it took the brunt of it.
Alrighty. This is what we do. I have to hold that one with one hand and spin this with the other. Obviously I can't hold the camera and do that though. Time for this to get done. There in the rearview mirror, you can't see her, is the lovely and talented Mrs. Thomas, who took a walk. She wanted to get some steps in before we go play volleyball. And she also wants to go to Walgreens and look for a knee brace because her knee's been bugging her. So that's where I am. So we'll see her soon. And then we'll play some volleyball. So what did we get done? We attached the ball joints, as we should, and then as you saw, I started wire wheeling, and I really pretty much did that whole one control arm rust removal, got that off, wiped it down just with the paper towel, trying to keep it dry now because I don't want it to rust before I paint it. And I have to clean off and do the other one, and then I should get my tie rod ends in by the end of the day tomorrow, is what FedEx is saying, which will be good, which means that maybe over the weekend or Sunday afternoon after all the soccer is taken care of, I can put my car back together and then get it aligned. I'm still gonna probably drive it just a little bit before I get it aligned. And as soon as I filmed that clip, I checked and I had a text message from FedEx, which is also weird because I didn't have it shipped FedEx, but whatever, I only paid for UPS ground. It's not supposed to get here until the end of the day on Sunday, which is still fine.
Stay on it!
That's Justin. Is that Ivan?
Talk!
And then the kid at the bar right there. There you go.
Jake. He goes to Mullen.
Okay. There you go.
I only include this video because it's evidence that one of our players was not offsides, and because the defender put his hand up, the sideline judge went ahead and called him offsides, which is, of course, ridiculous right about here.
Dear Trevor, happy birthday to you. Do I have to blow them out? Am I allowed to blow?
Yes.
Yeah, good. Family.
Well, nope. I don't know, can you? I kind of like...
Woo!
All right, next job we are working on. I always start with all right, but there I did. This needs to get loosened because I've got 2 new tie rod ends. All right. So the first step, it's actually a pretty easy job, but this affects the alignment. So I'm probably gonna have to, I need to align the car afterwards because of everything that I'm doing. But this thing here needs to get backed off just like a quarter of a turn, which would be lefty, loosey, righty, tighty. So yeah, downward, right? So this nut on the end of it needs to come away from it, I think. That whole thing should not be spinning. Should not be spinning. Is there not a nut on there? Okay, that's really weird. I'm gonna clean it off then and mark it. First step, we're gonna clean it off just a little bit. This came depressurized, so I poked a hole in it, so I'm just gonna pour a little bit on it. Yeah. Do your thing. Do your thing, WD-40. This, I am not enjoying. I want to paint these. I got to mask these holes off and probably the bushings. I'm going to try and find like a cup to set on there when I spray paint it, because that's I can't do a circle very well. But I'm not having fun with this. This is not in my talent stack.
Welcome to Monday. I'm taking a little privileged time after having been on call all weekend to upload some photos from my camera onto my Flickr. I don't know if there's a link in here anywhere to my Flickr. Basically, I pay for Flickr Pro as a backup, so it's one of the places where I back up all my photos. I keep my memory cards. I know a lot of people will offload them and then wipe them so that they can keep reusing the memory cards, but they're so cheap. I figure it's a cheap way of storing my photos. Oh, welcome to Monday. It is the Ides of March 15th. It is my middle child's 21st birthday, so I had to do the traditional Facebook post about that. But we got to see him over the weekend. Didn't shoot a lot of video of that kind of stuff. It was soccer tournament, college showcase weekend, and ate too much food apparently. But here we are. We're Monday, and we're going to be dedicated to working on that. Although I only had one meal yesterday. The thing is my drunk brother-in-law called me out because I had, lost 60 pounds, and now I've gained a chunk back. Not nearly all of it. But I was sitting leg up, back kind of in the corner talking. He's like, what is this, a belfie as opposed to a selfie? And I said, okay, fine. So we made the deal. I said, that's fine, but I'll lose weight. You got to quit smoking. We'll see how that goes. So happy Monday. It's great here. Not too much going on. Daughter's off. Wife is still home. Kids off to school. And that's it. That's our exciting Monday so far. I'm sure there'll be more excitement on this Monday, since there wasn't much excitement on film over the weekend, just a bunch of soccer games. I'll stick a little bit of that in there.
I just got this pop-up. 4 weeks overdue. What the heck? Not my usual, but my insides have requested that I eat something like yogurt. Gotta do what you gotta do. All right, it's a rainy Monday still here. Not too much exciting has happened since we last spoke, to be honest. A couple of meetings. And got some stuff to do. Got to schedule a training for some people. But, just the stomach concern. And, like I said, I only had one meal yesterday, and the scale ticked up a little bit, and I got called out, so I'm trying to be good today. Although I've had, already had half of my day's calories, which is fine, by 2 o'clock. And got a ham to throw in the oven, and then actually I should probably do that soon, because I think it's 50 minutes per pound, or I gotta go check that out right now for dinner. So there it is. And my daughter just saw me filming. Well, there's Ben working on his end. Hello. I'm working on this end. This one does not want to get loosened. And then Frank is painting. Hi-oh, with our enamel Rust-Oleum black oil-based paint.
Which way is lefty loosey?
That's a great question, Ben.
I can't tell.
Get out of my face!
What?
I didn't have my hands accessible.
Alright. Can we open the door and turn